Hey guys, welcome to Yoga Alicia. I am Alicia, and today we are going to break down Sukhasana, also known as easy pose. But don't get it twisted. This pose is not as easy as it looks. So let's go ahead and get started with it. You're going to bring your legs straight out in front of you and then cross your shins about halfway. Bring the feet down, feet flexed, and try to get them right underneath of your knees, okay? I'm actually really not that great at this pose. But anyways, once you're here, you're going to notice, more than likely, your knees are above your hips. And we want to actually have our knees lower than our hips if possible, or at least even with. So what that means is we need to figure out a way to elevate our hips. So you can use a block, a bolster, a blanket, a book, whatever's handy to sit on and get your hips up a little bit higher. I'm going to go ahead and use a block. I actually really like sitting on blocks. So I'm going to slide that right under my sits bones, and I'm going to come towards the front of the block. And from here, I'm going to kind of rotate the hips, my pelvis forward so that I'm right on the front of the block. And when you're in this posture, now you can kind of see that my knees are a little bit lower than my hips. So while sitting in this posture, we're going to try to make our back as straight as possible. So we are very used to sitting in the car, sitting at a desk, or whatever you're doing. We don't normally have the best posture throughout the day. So this posture is going to help us with our posture. So a great way to think about this is actually, while you're in this position, try to stack the three parts of your body. So your head over your chest and your chest over your hips. So lengthening in the spine and pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears, and actually lengthening up through the crown of the head. Engaging the core, making sure that your back is not overarched, and then ask yourself, is my head over my heart? Is my heart over my hips? And if they are, then great, then you're here. If not, if you're having kind of a hard time figuring out, am I straight up and down, you can also do it against the wall. So like measuring, taking a block, sitting block distance away from the wall, and then putting the block in between your shoulder blades and getting a feel for where straight up and down is for you, so you can feel it, and then come away from the wall and find yourself back in that position. So hands can just be here if you want, or you can bring them to the thighs, or you can bring them to the knees, and they can also be down, or they can be up. So I like to think of, when I'm deciding what to do with my hands, is when I put my hands down, I feel like I'm grounding myself, right? So like grounding my energy downwards. So today I have been feeling kind of like anxious and all over the place. So I'm definitely putting palms down today. I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to bring myself back to a place of rootedness and just like, I'm here, I'm calm, I'm stable. But if you're feeling super calm and stable and grounded already, then you can go palms up, and palms up is more for receiving energy. So grounding, receiving, that's the way that I like to think about it. It's also really important to remember to change your legs every once in a while. So I am actually terrible at remembering to do this. I even had to record this little clip to add into the original video that I shot, because that's how bad I am at remembering it, or remembering to do it. So try to remember to switch it up. So if your left leg is in front of your right, every once in a while, boom, switch. Make sure that you're staying even on both sides. And if you have a hard time remembering to do this like I do, there's a couple cool little tricks that you can use. So you can either split your practice in half. So like if you're meditating for, say, 20 minutes, you can do the first 10 minutes like this and then switch for the last 10 minutes. Or if you don't want to have to think about that, or like if you're the kind of person like me that's going to be like, should I switch now? Should I switch now? Did I already switch? So if you don't have to worry about it, you can alternate legs on different days of the month. So on every even day, maybe your right foot's in front of your left, and then on odd days of the month, your left foot's in front of your right. So that's another great way to do that. Coming into this posture, you can gently close your eyes and start to bring your awareness to your breath. That is, in fact, what we do when we do yoga, is focus on the breath while we're in the postures and bring a sense of ease to each posture. So stay here as long as you like. This is a great position to meditate in. We are strengthening our spine, improving our posture, stretching in our hips and our knees and our feet even. Really just calming the brain and making ourselves become mindful, right? So we're here, if we're here and we're putting our feet here and we're putting our hands here and we're putting our shoulders and our hips and our head here, we're mindful of all of that, then we're here when we're present. So that is the main goal. So bring yourself here. And I also just want to mention, if you do feel any pain in the knees, or if you have any injuries, be very, very careful. If you start to feel any kind of pain at all, pull yourself back out of the posture. Don't practice it. I can't stress enough how important it is to be respectful to your body. So if anything hurts or doesn't feel right, then just back off a little bit. We tend to maybe push ourselves a little bit further, and sometimes that's just our egos needing to be put in check a little bit. Like, hey, it's okay if you don't do this posture like the person on the mat next to you, because our focus is right here on our own mat. So that is Sukhasana. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.